One, two, three.
Hey everyone, my name's Ellie Grace. I am a photographer on staff at Rocket Magazine at the College of William and Mary. Today I wanted to share with you some tips and tricks that I use in Adobe Photoshop in my own photographic process. And today we're going to be recoloring a background. So the first thing we want to do is start with a photo that has a white background that's fairly evenly lit. It's not an issue if there's like some shadow in the background, but we really want to make sure there's no like major areas of dark black contrast. The first thing that we're going to want to do here is select the area that we want to recolor with the rectangular marquee tool. We're going to be cutting out of this using the quick selection tool. And we're using the subtractive mode on this. So everywhere that we don't want to recolor, we're going to start clicking on. Typically, it does a pretty fantastic job of getting the outline. Sometimes the area is really close in value, and then we just use the additive function to put it right back in. Alright, so that looks like a pretty good selection. If we want to edit anything further, we can go to the quick mask mode and zoom in. So we can see here, there's a little bit of the table leg in our selection. And I can just use a brush to fill that right in the mask mode. So any areas that we want to be selected that aren't, we can just fix that real quick in here. The next thing that we're going to do is go to the select and mask function, and this will allow us to feather the selection. So we're going to feather it about, I'd say, 3 pixels. And then we're going to shift the edge in. We're going to shift the edge in. So about +4, which will give us a feather, but it won't cut out any of the area that we're trying to cover in color. And then output to selection. We're going to add a new layer now, and this will be a multiply layer. Pick a color you want. Typically I like to do lighter colors. It's a little easier to get them perfect on the first try with this method. And we're going to deselect. Now it's a pretty solid background, but you can see there's a couple of issues right around this chair. And what we can do to fix that is go in and use an eraser with a really soft edge. It helps if you have a tablet, but not everyone has a tablet, so just really, make sure you're on the right layer first of all, and make sure you're using the eraser. But use a soft edge brush and slowly go over these edges. It'll make it look a little bit more realistic, and it'll give it a smoother transition from chair to wall, since that's a plane that curves around. So I just tend to keep touching it up with the eraser until I feel like it looks realistic. And you can also go in with the brush in the same color that you were using and kind of fill in any areas that might not have filled in again, using a soft brush. So like this corner right here, we can put a little bit of that in there. And then we might want to use a large soft brush around this couch again to get this transition looking smooth. So this is what we started with. And this is what we have now. Very simple and easy and fun. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure to follow us at Rocket Mag and WMRocketMagazine.com to see more of the cool things that we are making with Adobe.